industry for 30 years. Started at the tender age of 2. Nice to have you here, buddy.
It is my pleasure. Thank you, David.
Something that looks like a tea bag now steeps in, you said 8 ounces?
In 8 ounces of hot water.
Of hot water.
And in 3 minutes, you can make a gourmet broth, chicken, beef, or vegetable.
But there's not a speck of meat in here.
Nothing. So
this is all plant-based.
We've developed a 4-hour, very unique, slow cooking, low temperature cooking process using the finest plant-based ingredients.
I can't wait, because I love broth so much, and I many times will sip it, particularly when I'm not feeling well or feeling a little under the weather, and I love it because I can add noodles to it if I want to, all that kind of thing. But this is so clever because it's individual servings.
It's so easy, it's so convenient. Literally, in 3 minutes, you can steep it just like a tea bag.
Right.
And now, if you don't want caffeinated coffee or tea, on a cold, rainy day, what tastes better than homemade chicken broth?
Or beef broth, or vegetable broth.
Or vegetable broth. And who has the time to spend 4 hours in the kitchen cooking? Well, we've done that for you. And now it's convenient, it's easy, and what better way of saying I love you to your family than making a delicious cup of their favorite broth?
Now, each tea bag comes in a sealed pouch. You get 20 of them, and you're going to choose either beef bone, but remember, there's not a speck of beef in there. It's all plant-based. Chicken or vegetable. All of these are plant-based. How long does this pouch last unopened?
2 years.
2 years.
Is the shelf life. And what's interesting, as soon as you put that
the
broth
vegetable
bag, this is the chicken, it
the chicken.
explodes in flavor and aroma.
First of all, it smells like chicken noodle soup, is what it smells like.
And because
Minus the
it's
noodles.
plant-based, there's 0 fat grams, there's only 15 calories per serving, there's less than half the salt that you would have in a bouillon cube.
So it's not that super salty broth that we've all tasted and we're like, whoa, I need a quart of water. This has no chicken in it, but tastes like it.
Exactly.
And it's all plant-based.
It's got the mouthfeel, that velvety, creamy, buttery richness of the chicken fat that we would cook at home, and the roasted notes of the bones.
Oh.
It literally takes us 4
Jody,
hours
that
to
makes
cook
me
this
very
in our
happy.
kitchens.
This is the vegetable?
It is. And unlike most mirepoix, which are bland cooked vegetables, we've roasted these vegetables. And it smells the aroma, it fills up the set.
Wow.
Can you imagine what it does at home?
It's delightful. And then this is the beef.
So for the kids coming home from school on a cold, rainy day, what's better than a hearty cup of beef broth for the kids? And it's a better for you choice.
You guys, there's not a speck of meat in this, although it tastes exactly like beef bone broth. It tastes exactly like chicken broth. And then, of course, the vegetable is delightful as well. All of this earns what I like to call the happy dance. There it is. Come on. This is crazy. How many are gone now? 100 of these are already gone. Chicken is most popular. Now, if we wanted to add noodles and regular chicken or beef to this, we could.
Absolutely.
Or
And we
keep
can
it
take
completely-
leftovers. We can enjoy it as a sipping broth, as an alternative to coffee or tea.
Right.
Or we can add chicken broth, and we can have chicken pieces as well as egg noodles. We can create an incredible Asian vegetable soup with sliced carrots and bell peppers. Or we can take the beef and add broccoli, barley, chopped carrots, celery, and a little bit of brisket.
Oh, perfect. Now, let's take a look here. You're simply going to open this pouch up,
It's
and
so easy.
inside is a little tea bag, complete with a little string, a little tab.
Which means this can be brought with you
Right.
anytime, enjoyed anytime and anywhere. You can bring it to the office. While I travel, I bring this with me on my airplane, onto the hotels.
Right.
You can enjoy this at the office late afternoon.
Oh, it's
Instead of
perfect for
having
that.
coffee or tea, you can have a relaxing cup of vegetable broth, and it's so easy.
Now, here we brought out some cooked pasta. We'll pop that right inside here
Wow.
and make this a noodle soup.
Absolutely.
And that's really so easy.
So I can't think of a better way of creating those magical moments with the family. My memories as a kid growing up were my mom cooking great homemade soups.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and the aroma filled the house. It made us all feel excited that we were going to have a family meal together. And now in 3 minutes you can provide that same cup of love to your kids, to your husband, to your wife. I'm
is
really
delightful.
proud and very passionate about these flavors.
Now, we have chicken, we have beef, and we have vegetable. If you want the vegetable, I have 1,300 to go around. You want the beef, 1,900 to go around. And chicken is our most popular, and only 2,000 to go around, but we brought in a bit more of the chicken, I believe.
Yes, we did. Chicken is my favorite, personally. At night, if I want to go to bed and relax, what's better, what's more comforting or relaxing than a soothing cup of homemade chicken broth?
And you make this with less sodium, is that correct?
Half the salt, less than half the salt of a bouillon cube.
Wow.
And less than half the salt of a cup of soup we would get in a restaurant.
Right. And so many of us, so many times, will try that instant soup or what have you, and it's loaded with sodium. This is the kind of thing that allows you to get that wonderful, wonderful flavor and really appreciate the flavor that was intended here without all that salt.
And the richness of these
Indeed.
flavors. The mouthfeel is really, really, really wonderful. It tastes as though it has been cooked for hours, which it has,
Right.
but it's guiltless. No fat grams, and only 15 calories. So really proud of the flavor profiles. I hope you really enjoy these and enjoy them as a guiltless snack.
All of what you've been looking for in a plant-based sipping broth. More and more people are turning to a plant-based diet, but what they're finding is that they miss some of those great flavors that they had before, can't find something that mimics it that's also plant-based. This is completely plant-based and beautifully done in your choice of either the chicken, the vegetable, or the beef bone broth. All of this coming your way, and how many gone now? Over 600 are gone. If you want all vegetable, 1,300 left. If you want the beef, 1,800 remaining, and in the chicken, 1,800, but by far that's the most popular at this point.
It is.
Lots and lots of
Particularly if you're under the weather. And we all remember feeling a cold, and we're in the middle of winter season now. Nothing's better than a cup of homemade chicken broth or vegetable broth just to warm the soul. It brings us back to the place where we feel comfortable and warm again.
Oh my gosh. What I'm really amazed by is being able to enjoy something that has so much of the flavor of either chicken or beef, and there's not a bit of chicken or beef in here. This is all plant-based product, made to mimic those flavors, and what you're coming away with is something you'd be hard-pressed to know the difference.
Absolutely.
If you were to serve this to someone, they would be like, wait, I only eat a plant-based diet. And you're like, yeah, I know.
So I'll tell you that these broths now, we are supplying some of the finest professional chefs in hotels and restaurants all over the country.
I bet.
They're being served, and no one knows that these are vegan or plant-based products, because the reality is the mouthfeel, the top roasted notes are so full, they absolutely mimic those of a protein base. And now you can enjoy it without the animal fats.
And with over 1,000 sets now gone, there are an awful lot of you out there who are going to be trying these and enjoying this great flavor.
Yes.
Jody, a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Thank
you for being
Thank
with
you
us.
so much.
Stay on the line here. Stacy, in between your glasses of wine, maybe a little sipping broth for you?
Yes, it's all about balance, right? Absolutely. Hey, what if I could tell you you could get an award-winning wine